Television AIT, and I'm the moderator of the series. The Honorable Minister is here. It's a lovely weather in Abuja this morning. Honorable Minister, good to see you, sir.
Thank you very much.
And with your kind permission, let me introduce my other colleagues here. Adetitu Folashade Koyi is a brand new face joining us for the very first time on this media chat. Adetitu is the editor, Nation's Capital, and Northern Operations, the Sun newspaper. Tutu, good to see you.
Definitely.
Sitting next to Tutu is Somna Sabo Shagari. Of course, Somna is a face you know too well on this series. Somna is head of news, Arise News. Somna, good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And on the other side of the aisle, we also have joining us for the first time on the program, Leo Sobechi. Leo is Group Political Editor, Guardian Newspapers. Leo, good to see you too, and welcome on board.
My pleasure.
Sitting next to Leo is Ayo Ozungbaku. Ayo is Abuja Bureau Chief, TVC News.
Thank you.
And sitting next to Ayo is also a brand new face on the media chat, but it's a face you know too well as well. It's my pleasure to welcome Kayla Megwa. Kayla is senior presenter, producer, senior reporter, senior everything. Channels Television. Good to see you, Kayla. Honorable Minister, you're welcome to this series. All right. The last time we were here, or consistently you have spoken about the 3rd anniversary of Mr. President. The most talked about month is here. You had promised what promises to be a month-long commissioning of projects. We are here now. Can you take us through these projects and probably what the significance of each project is?
Well, thank you very much, Wike, and let me say good morning to every one of you, particularly those of you for the first time meeting to chat. Benga, like you said, we have reiterated several times that this study year would be a different one from the past 2 times in terms of the first anniversary of Mr. President, which was 2024, and then the second anniversary, which was 2025, and this time 2026, which is the 3rd year anniversary. It will interest you that in 2024, we had 9 days of commission of impactful projects up to the people of Abuja. And then in 2025, we had 19 days of commissioning of projects by Mr. President and other leaders of the administration. This 2026 will be 31 days of commissioning of impacting projects to the residents of Abuja. We're supposed to start pending the to the convenience of Mr. President and his approval on the 8th of June, which is supposedly to be Monday and next week. And like I said, this project is not only concentrated in the city center, also in the satellite towns, or what we may call other area councils, ranging from roads to water and to residences of public officers. Let me start with the satellite towns. You agree with us that sometimes most people have said development is only being centered in the cities, and those in the rural areas, or what they may call the satellite towns, do not feel the impact of government. And as a result, there are no infrastructure in the local areas. It has also affected them in terms of security. I remember when we came on board, there was this issue of high insecurity, kidnapping in the rural areas, and it was a very big problem for us. And what we did was to go to the rural areas, or what we call the satellite towns, and interact with the stakeholders, the chiefs, the youths, the women, and other leaders. And one thing I found very interesting is like they know their terrain, and they're able to say, look, we have problems, and these problems are, most of the roads are not passable at all. Even where they have an attack, they cannot repel or they cannot fight back, because once these attackers come, they hit, and then by the time they run back, there's no room for you to pursue them, or even if you have the car, nothing to do. And they identify, okay, sir, say for example, Kwali will tell you, if you do so road, this is where we think they're coming from. If this road can be put to use, it will help us a lot. Wawada will tell you the same thing. Abaji will tell you the same thing. Uje will also tell you. Also, we took cognizance. We didn't just sit here to say, let's go and do so road. No. The people appointed dominated the roads that they want, that were of use to them. And I can tell you today, those roads have been done, and it has really helped in terms of reducing insecurity and in terms of having access to their farm lands. I'm sure the rice man is there. He can attest to the fact that today in Karo, which is one of the projects we are going to commission, virtually all the roads in Karo, as they requested, have all been done as they requested. Because you see, what I found that in governance, if you sit in your office and contractors come and say, look, there is this road here that is bad, you don't even know whether that's where he lives, you know. But this one that the people say, look, help us. If you can help us to do these roads, we'll be very comfortable. And again, you see, government make promises, and then people don't have confidence. This is not the first time they have made promises to us. 2 years ago, they made promises to us. 5 years ago, up till now, nothing has been done. So, what do you think? You are different? I would say no, we are different in the sense that whatever promise we make, by the grace of God, we will implement it. And that is how people have come to feel the impact of governance, at least in the rural area. So like I said, Karo is one good example that at least, even if anybody says no, our correspondent should say, no, you're telling lies. This one, I know, I'm from that area, I can see the good road. That's what we call seeing is what believing. Empirical, factual, not 3D, is what you can see. But that is not only for that. You remember last time in the second year anniversary of Mr. President, we did infrastructure of water within the cities. But the president said, look, we can't concentrate it. Let's also move to satellite towns to provide them water. In this third year anniversary, Mr. President will commission the water provision in Karo axis that affects Orozo and some of them there. And we will also, you know, that area belongs to Abak, but on the rural side. I don't even see why anybody should call Karo now, the rural area. You know, it's not possible again, because with the transformation of that entire area, I'm very close to the city here. It will be difficult for you to say Karo is in a satellite town, but since it has been classified so, for purposes of explanation. Now, we're also going to commission the water in the Abuja, which is another area council. You see, what I found out is that when this contract was awarded to a CGC, remember when Mr. President traveled to Beijing, one of the areas was signed, the memorandum of understanding has to do with the provision of water in satellite towns. And they gave it to CGC, and as I speak to you, that is ready to be commissioned by Mr. President. So 2 area councils have been taken care of in this fiscal 2025 to 2026. So AMAC has taken in the rural area, which is the Karo, Orozo area, and now Buhari has taken. We believe by this 2026 budget, well, what I mean budget, our own budget. We'll also go to Kuje and probably Wabalaba or Wale, as the case may be. We have also looked at the area of Kwale. We are going to commission, remember, Mr. President last year commissioned A2 to Pi. With 13-14 kilometers, A2 to Pi. That A2 has to do with the federal road that leads to Elukoja. Then, when I awarded from Pi to Gomani, that is still ongoing. I don't know why the contractor has not been able to finish, but I believe that before the end of this year, he would have finished. Then we now took from Gomani to Yangoji, which is about 14 kilometers, which very big long span of bridge. That has been completed, and it's one of the projects that Mr. President will commission. You go to Dede, Dede, about 17 kilometers, which is being done by Lubrix, has also been completed to be commissioned by Mr. President. You go to the Kasara area, where you have the Dede Hope housing projects. It's about 14 kilometers of roads which has been completed by this administration. So our attention is not only focused on the cities. I believe by the grace of God, just a small thing would have included Apo Kashi, but that will be completed. Say the next two. You remember that road had been too political. Yeah. That road was awarded in 2010. 2010, so it's not a political road. Several people have been complaining where this was. So we have to terminate that contract. We terminated the contract, and a lot of people say, "Oh, why is it becoming political? What's political about it?" The people they are restless. They say, "Look, with this road is very, very important for us." To look at judges say that so people can come from from Kashi to Apo, or from Apo to Kashi. That's been done by the FCT. So if you go there today, just even if I say 2 months, maybe it may be long, but all I know to be completed this year. Now you also go to Buhari to Kubwa. Buhari to Kubwa will also be completed this year. This month we are going to commission, we rehabilitate from Basango Road, what you would call Arab Road, also being done by Zimbabwe. That will be commissioned this study anniversary. Now, if you are going to the airport off the Clinton, it's what we call the Tundu Madaki Road. It's been done by CCECC. It has been completed. It's at 7.7 kilometers. It will be completed.
Is that the road to Kuje? Is that the road to Kuje?
No. I want to that.
Clinton?
No, it's off the Clinton. If you go to the airport, off the Clinton Road, it takes you to, we call it Tundu Madaki. That road has been completed. Now we have also awarded from Madakin to Zuba. So that people from Zuba who want to go to the airport don't need to go all this round. They don't from there head down to the airport. That we believe by the grace of God, that particular section will be completed December. Now, one road that is very key to everybody that I've been talking about, which will be commissioned this month, is Kuje to Egwabaradam. There are 2 sections. One section is about 7 kilometers. The second section is another 7 kilometers, 14 kilometers. By the grace of God, the first section has been completed, which will be commissioned, but they are still working on the second section. Not just for dualization of that road from Kuje to Egwabaradam. Remember when we came in 2023, we have to dualize the garage, the junction down to where I started from Kuje to Egwabaradam. Another road that will be commissioned this June is Airport Junction to Kuje. I wish you would just say, look, this thing that Mr. Minister has been talking about, is it true? Maybe, if you like, I'll give the allowance this night. Just say, let us go and see from Kuje, from the Airport Junction to Kuje. You would think, I don't know the countries you have been to. Very beautiful. Everybody that's moving down to stay in
Is it because of the street lights?
Not only street lights, look at the road itself. How many lanes? 8 lanes. This is a job that was awarded. The contractor never moved to the site. When we came, I went to Kuje to talk to the public. This was the stakeholders meeting, and they me and said, listen, this road has been awarded. The contractor is not there. I will make a promise. It's okay. We'll take it up. People thought it was this kind of, oh yes, normal promise. Being carried about Arab contractors, I beat my chest to say, look, we are so satisfied, we are fulfilled that that road has been completed. If you pass there in the night, what are you doing in the city here? There's no need to come to the city and stay. You just go and find a place there and say that you stay. Yeah, and by the time you see this place, you won't even know whether you're in the town again or you're in the satellite town. Now, you remember people have made promises to appoint mechanics to move them out of that place. Government to come and make promises. It has not happened. But as I speak to you now, you see, you move them to where? No infrastructure. As I speak to you now, we have provided infrastructure to Iwasa, where upon mechanic will now be moved to the informal sector. Provided good roads, water, go and see the light. It's promise made, promise fulfilled. Now, we have also, remember, the first, last year, if I remember, it was the Senate President that commissioned the first set of OSEX going to Wasa. Now, this June, we are thinking that that should be the first road that should be commissioned from the second section of it, which has been done with a long bridge, done, I think, a CGC. Is something to see that indeed people are happy. And if you go to that place, that the whole of the appointment mechanics there, every day they say, look, they don't know, God should continue to be. That's when I begin to even say, people are angry, people are not feeling the impact of government. I say, come, is it really just because we want to say so? Is the let it be that we are saying something to criticize the government? All that. I'm not saying the government have done everything, I'm not saying so. But if you are really a resident in Abuja, can you, in truth, say you don't feel the impact of this government? Forget about your sentiment. Forget about, oh, I want my village man to be president. Forget about, no, I want my state man to be the president. If you're really staying in Abuja, will you say this government has not made any impact in terms of whatever you mean? And we are not saying we have done 100%. If we have done 100%, and we don't need to say, okay, give him another opportunity. But there is hope. You can see what is going on. There's hope. We are going to commission the Court of Appeal division. I remember when we came that the present Court of Appeal you have here is about 2 courts. 2 courts halls. Yeah. That's what you have.
2 courtrooms.
Yes. Today, by the grace of God, when Mr. President commissioned that project, we have 10 courtrooms. At Dakibu, you will pronounce it better. So if I don't pronounce it better, don't go to the television now to say if the minister cannot pronounce. I'm not from there, so but you know what I'm talking about. That was 98% completed will be commissioned in June. You go to what they call CN2 arterial connection road, Katakbi. Go and see that those roads have been completed by CGC. If you go to Life Camp, what we call N5, George Vega has completed that road with a very long bridge. That also be done. Look at the justices' residence. You would think that, look, for you, you say, I think we have arrived. The essence is to provide what would make the judiciary not to complain. Welfare is key. Environment where you work is key. I go to my office. I just wonder, come, is it where the minister of FCT should have? Is it the kind of office? Forget about how you feel, oh, so much money used to lavish. If you stay in a good environment, you have to put in your best. Look at this environment here. Why will you be in this environment and you won't pity your best? Go and see the judges' residences. We bid for Court of Appeal, for Federal High Court, for FCT High Court, and all peacefully furnished.
Some Nigerians are saying that this is still that you have no business doing
this question is overtaken by everybody have been saying all this. You do this, you want to induce. You don't do it. Let me ask you. When we do it for the National Assembly, as an arm of government, is to do what? What would be for National Assembly is to do what? What would be for the police is to do what? What would give support to INEC is to do what? Okay, now if you give the issue to do it, now you want to say, who, assuming that any conflict in contracts, who will appeal to, where will you go to? But that's not the case. For Christ's sake, that's not the case. Inducement, every time inducement. I was governor of Rivers State. You had that. We had the worst Court of Appeal, where people are sitting, when it is raining, they sit on plastic chairs. As a governor, the cases are being handled out. If you don't have a good environment, the court will not sit. Who will be affected? It's not those who carry out business in Rivers State. It's not the residents of Rivers State that will suffer. I said, no, this cannot happen. I have to put the court in the proper position. So that is to induce them. Rivers State used to go to Bayelsa for industrial matters. And 80% of those matters come from Rivers State. I said, no, what do? We told the industrial court, Rivers State will build a befitting industrial court to stop our people from moving from Rivers State to Bayelsa. That again is what? Inducement. We bid for Federal High Court. If you saw the Federal High Court before, you will say, what kind of country is this? We say, no. For a state like Rivers, this is not befitting. We bid for the Federal High Court. Like you said, that is what? Inducement. You saw what we did as a state for the judges. Winner takes, occupier takes. Every judge will make sure will have a residence, or you talk about if you don't want the residence, financial aspect we give. As I came out as governor, have you not been hearing about judgments against me and against the interest? So all these kind of inducement, people who don't have anything to say should not make us not to do what they're supposed to do. We are being focused. Okay, those who say like MBA, let me just tell you something. MBA is supposed to be a voice, is it not? To criticize government, is it not? And therefore, thought that MBA should not be induced, is it not? So it should have a view, independent view. But what about the situation where MBA wants to hold a question, you go and beg government money? In that case, what do we say? Would they have a view again? Independent view? So let us please do what you're supposed to do and do not bother yourself, because I cannot be the final minister here. The Mr. President will not be the only president. He will finish his 8 years and go. I will live as it suits Mr. President. So what are you inducing them for? It's not correct. It's not correct. So what we're trying to say, so that you don't make me forget the good things that Nigerians want to hear. So look at the number of, in fact, we are also going to lay foundation for industrial court judges and the judges of Code of Conduct Tribunal. It is the duty of FCT to provide houses for public officers in this city. It's not the first time. Even under the military, that's our job. That Supreme Court was built by FCTA. That Assembly was built by FCTA. So let us not sell to the public what is not correct. We're also going to flag off the road to, like I said, Maraki to Zuba. Then the Southern Parkway, which is also to be carried out by Julius Berger. by CGC. Now, but of it all, let me just tell you what, of it all, I was shocked the day the First Lady called my attention. I thought, that, oh, okay, the First Lady will want to ask me this and that. But she said, Minister, how do you feel when you are coming to Abuja? What shows you that you are entering the city? You've been traveling out. How do you know that you are entering the city? I said, I don't understand. It's okay. Look at where people have at the city gate. Is that what is supposed to be a city gate? I said, okay, I'll look at it. After about 2 months, she called again. What is going on? I said, Your Excellency, it will be done. Why do I say this? Somebody who has interest of the country, of the administration, not calling you to say, I need this favor. I mean, calling your attention. That is how a city is supposed to be. I hope, as you are passing there, don't sleep. Let your eyes be open. Pass there in the night. You need to go and say, Your Excellency, thank you for this idea. It is her brain, it is her brainchild, it is her heart, everything. This is the way a city, it has never occurred to me. Neither has it occurred to any other person who has been minister here or any government. But just pass there night this afternoon and then pass in the night. Tell me why you will not be happy.
So as a honor to her, we should be the one commissioning that project, or the president?
I have told Mr. President that you are not the one to inaugurate that. It is the brainchild of the first lady. Let her also be for what she initiated. Yeah. But it does not matter. It is the administration, and that's what I tell people. It's not in government. It's not, oh, minister, I did that, but contributing to the development of the area, contributing to the administration. And these are things I would think that even the media, which you present, you can call our attention. So look, I just passed down there. Okay, there's one, I will tell you. I think it's the correspondent in the villa. I think they are chairperson. What's them? Let me know. This is what to describe it. I'm not behind. So you know what I'm talking about. It's not too tall. Yeah. Not too short. So he sent me a text. He said for his interaction with people that they would think that if we can move some of the agencies of government, FCT, to the satellite time, that would decongest, that would reduce the rural urban migration. Thinking well to contribute to my brain was not about there. Nobody has called my attention. But see how somebody who means well, the way they contribute. It's not by you coming out criticizing and criticizing, but you have made a point and I've accepted. Now I'm thinking towards it. That's what good citizens should do. Not, oh, this government is not doing it. Why not take all the agencies to? That's not how government should operate. That's not how it should have a constructive criticism. Make your own suggestion to government. Government cannot do this. Government does not do everything. Government, you say, I'm human. As I sit here, you don't think that I do everything. But if you can call my attention, draw my attention to certain things has done. They added the people of Karu are happy with you, your administration. The people of Karu are happy. So since this man comes from there, every day you see him smiling, he's happy now. It's what they call impact of governance. So forget the one I watched him this morning when he was arguing about the electoral act, the court judgment and this and that. I said, well, that is for them. Yeah. But he's happy as a Karu man that they can now have the impact of government. So these are the things.
I'm sure you'll be happy to if we are able to, during the course of this interaction with you, take reactions from Nigerians.
Yeah.
If they said to us,
I have no problem.
read them out.
I have no problem.
All right.
So these are the things we are trying to do.
Yeah.
I can't even remember. Okay. You see the research institution where I have a body of data. The day my son was called to bar, the day chairman of body of bench, Justice Ariwala, the Supreme Court Chief Justice of Nigeria, while he was when during his speech of the court to bar, he said, look, coming from the NJI road, it is horrible that we should please create another area that so that they will be having this problem of traffic when they are coming to court to bar. I said, my God, why did I come to this court to bar? But again, I'm happy I came. That is my attention that this is required. To the glory of God, how many months? We call the CCECC. That is one of the projects that would be commission. So that when they are going to court to bar, you won't have that problem. Again, see what you have done in law school by providing them accommodations. It has never happened. We're already building hostels for male and female to reduce the burden of accommodation and also increase the number of those that will attend the law school. Because part of the problem is lack of accommodation and learning facility. We did another auditorium for the Nigerian law school so that they can take more number of students. So that's why I say that I'm a fulfilled person. I'm very happy serving in this administration. Nobody can look at my face. All of you representing your media cannot say nothing is going on in Abuja.
My colleague here has been arguing to.
Let's talk about inner roads. Inner roads within the FCT.
Yeah.
Inner city roads. Okay, thank you. With particular reference to the Galadima road that links Area 1. I think it's Sukuk, and it's been on for years. So when is your administration going to conclude that road?
That's why I say if I claim I know all the names of the roads and I'm telling that.
It's Galadima roundabout. It terminates to Games Village.
Going straight to Goodluck Jonathan Expressway.
Is it the one that is the Girls Village?
Yes, yes.
Is it that asset? It's assets.
I don't know the technical name, but
Yeah,
it starts from Galadima and terminates at Area 1.
I think that's the asset. That road was awarded in 2014. It had about 10 bridges. It should have about 10 bridges. It's been done by CGC. We met with CGC the other day and they have said that, look, we can take it in phases. If that they can finish phase 1, with about 5-6 kilometers with 3 bridges or 4 bridges, they can finish it by the end of December this year. Now, the original contract sum for that road was about 40-something billion. But by the time we came, I think there was a variation that brought about 90-something billion. Now, what is provided in the 2025 budget for that road is 50 billion. So after our discussion, I've just made a memo to Mr. President that the President will soon be back, maybe today, tomorrow, you'll be in the city. Now look, this company has agreed if social amount is provided, since we already have it in our national budget, that by December, my sister, I hope you are listening to this, that by December, they will have finished the first phase, which will, of course, change the landscape of the entire city. If I'm correct, if I remember vividly, that it links to that area. And there was this other road that I wanted to zip as it. You know, Cedar Crest Hospital.
Yes.
It links to what do you call it? Locomotive. What do you call it? That was the name of that.
This is that Crest Road. That one that they put the boulders.
Yes.
Yes, that they put the boulders.
Yes. Abuja, where? It's Lokoguma. Yes, it is awarded to Zimbabwe, and the company will move it any moment from now.
Okay.
Yes.
Honorable Minister, let's go into politics. Okay.
All right, Honorable Minister, I really want to commend the Tinubu administration for these jobs that have been done, because some of these projects have been lingering since the military period, going into Obasanjo, trying to modernize the city. And you take a critical look at some of the expansions on the master plan. You see that there are areas where the government itself has violated some sections of the master plan. And the master plan, based on what we were told, was supposed to have been updated after every 30 years. What efforts are you making to see that if the master plan is being redesigned and all of that.
Okay.
That things are done in such a way that it doesn't distort the original vision of the founders of the cities.
Master plan.
Well, the presidential villa is not where it's supposed to be, for example.
No, let me tell you. Who's
on the wrong place?
Who drew up the master plan? Master plan is subject to review. Now, let me tell you, we're supposed to, the designers of the master plan is what? The Japanese.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now,
Japanese.
we are to go to Japan, but because of our program have been shifted, and I think by 20th of July, to review and to see what they have done in terms of the review of the master plan, because the world has changed. The world is dynamic. You have to, the master plan have to conform with the current realities. So we are working on that. It's not, we are not just sleeping. We are working on that. Part of our activities this year is to produce a compendium for Abuja at 50. Abuja became 50 in February, but we felt that, well, it will not be necessary then. It will take it during the president third year, and that's it. So that was included reviewing the original master plan. But I see people violating indiscriminately. There's one I found that people don't believe that government exists. People think that that's why people take laws to their hand and say nothing will happen. Impunity. The man fighter did not happen yesterday. Nobody did anything yesterday. Does not mean that nobody will do something today. Even that they find that nobody did anything today, does not mean that somebody will not do something tomorrow. And when you see another government come to say, no, this is wrong. We can't accept this. What do you start shouting? Why should the government come now when people are suffering? You are trying to destroy their houses, this and that. That you are hungry, for example. Does that make it should break the law? Does that mean that we should not do things according to how it should be done? You see people building on water wells. The other time I went to demolish where police houses, but I think they have this arrangement with some people, See high tension like this. And I build under the high tension. And the development control has gone to put, please stop, don't do this. We didn't even give that plan. No way. Before I knew it, they were going to bring the police personnel, arrested all the officers of the development control. And I had to wait on my own. I said, why will you do this? Why will you do this? Bring the entire building down. you, there's a place in the Durumi.
Durumi 3.
If you go there, you will see criminals hide out. Nobody attempts to go to that place. I called the security agents. I said, what is this? He said, sir, that place, nobody. I said, what do you mean by nobody? There's no government. Said it's a very dangerous place. That's okay. You're not supposed to be a security person. No, you don't tell me that. So, all of them met. I said, what logistics do you require? We can't allow that place. If you go there, it's like people come out in the daytime, operate, or come out in the night, operate, and then move in there. Where would they arrest them? It doesn't, they are not, where would they arrest them? So, around 4:30 a.m., we moved in. Of course, the number cry, oh, this government is very wicked. They don't have the heart of the people. What is the heart of the people? Criminals hiding in the place, and then you are telling me that we don't take care to have the sufferers. What sufferers are you talking about? As a criminal, we should allow you. We're going to see what we have done there now. People are saying that, oh, Abuja is not peaceful, but be secure. How? It's because we have taken very, very strong actions that may not be too comfortable for people. We must take tough decisions. You must. And that's what leadership entails. You take tough decisions when it is required. Of course, they will abuse you, they will all kinds of things. But even some people say, this is where we trade. I agree. And I'm not saying there's no way you trade. You are not lawfully here. Based on the fact that you are here, you are allowing criminals to come and hide under this place. And we still will not. The next thing you see, oh, he has taken our land. You see, I've seen that. When in the position like this, these are things you have to pay for. All kinds of names will be given to you. I had where some people went to all these collecting money from people. They said that human rights activists. You go to Jabi, that Wike has taken their land. If you're a sane person, if you mean well for this country, you have been traveling all over the world. Tell me where, in such a place, which is supposed to be something attracting to investors to come and invest, to change the landscape of the city. Somebody saying that this is where we used to
exercise.
What kind of system is that?
That's the only place they don't pay money to use.
It's not correct. The point is that government are giving out that place for development for the past Now people business have come over. Shanties have been built. People are selling more and more, are selling this and that. Now the mere fact that you have not come to develop it, and people have come to do one or two things, have not come to say it is where we stay and sell like this. It is where I used to job. What nonsense is that? And the government has said, no, this is not where it is provided for you to job. This is not where it is provided for you to have education. This is allocated to people for development of so and so. And we have to come to revoke it because the person that was allocated did not want or have no capacity. At that time, we tried to revoke it. Of course, pressure came. Pressure came. Oh, he's ready. He has the problem with the African bank. Money did this. Money did not do that. It's okay. This is not our style. You want to do for us? Come and sign the money of understanding that if I do not start improvement on what was agreed on, government should take back their land. Then the next thing you see, so-called human rights activists. People like that. You see that no, we get the day the people are ready, I will be there myself. Come and start development. Who told you that you're the only person who can protest? Who told you that? Who told you that I cannot stay where there's a protest? I cannot lead a protest. Who told you that? I can lead a protest against you. You dare not come to this place again. Oh, please. Which human rights?
And then there's also the issue of the district hospital.
Hold on.
Year 2,
Hold on.
they said that you annex that land.
This is the way you would think.
Allegedly.
What do you call human rights activists? That's how he wrote to you people that, oh, I own the house to some place, I bought it to some place, he's going to tell the Florida attorney general to do this. Ask him how far today. Where is the problem for the district attorney? They come and sell all kinds of stories to you people. Why not ask him, show it? Up to now, what has happened over this house that Wike bought in Florida? That this and this, he bought at $9 million US, all kinds of things. Where is it to today? These are the kind of people you say that are human rights activists. For Christ's sake, you cannot begin to peddle rumors, say things to society that will make people to, say a protest against government officials. It's not correct. So you don't have to pay house in the US.
You are taking us off course.
You have to.
Maybe when we get to
First of all, there's but let me answer him. There's no law that says I shouldn't own a house. But however, I don't own a house.
Okay.
Listen to my come on.
Yes.
There's no law that says I should not own a house anywhere.
However,
But however, I do not have a house there.
Honorable
But
Minister,
in Nigeria, I have a house. Yes, will I sleep outside?
let's go back to the conversation around developments in the FCT.
Okay.
And you are right, there is no one who lives in the FCT who will be in his right mind and look around and not see that development is happening. However, all of the work that you're doing is being overshadowed by a few issues. One of those issues, a lot of beggars on the streets, especially in the central area, especially in say you almost cannot stay at a traffic light. They would converge around your car, and all kinds of petty crime is happening because of this convergence of little children all over the FCT. And then we also have a situation where we have traders, very violent traders at junctions across the city center. I'm not even talking about the suburbs, I'm talking about the city center. Then there's a big problem. The roads that you're building are being overshadowed by cows. There are cows all over the FCT. You can't drive anywhere. Yeah. They're eating all the grass. All the grass that you're putting on the lawns, they're here to eat the grass. These issues and refuse in places like Utako and Jabi, refuse heaps in all of those places, and some parts of Garki as well. What's your administration going to do about this situation so that all the beautiful work that you're doing doesn't get overshadowed by these unsightly things?
Okay. I thank you for acknowledging the beautiful works. I thank you. For the first time, I knew you had a channel.
Yes.
I thank God that for once, somebody trying to say we are doing beautiful.
You're welcome. You're welcome, sir.
I hope you will not be for saying that. Let me take it one by one. You have talked about traders. You see again, when you see government say, look, this is not where it's provided for you to trade. I'm trying to chase them away. The next thing you see is a program. In your house, media houses, how government has not provided an alternative place for them, which is not correct. There are markets. Go to the market and sell your products. No way. Look, you can't be here. There's no market here. Why do you have to come to the junction to stay? That also constitutes nuisance. We have been doing that. But again, we need the support to be able to educate the public that what we are doing is for the interest of even those who are there and for the generality of the people. This is the only one city we have in Nigeria. We cannot allow it to be destroyed simply because they are saying that, oh, I want to see why I can find my stomach. That does not mean you shouldn't do what is done, what the law provides. That's what we are working on that. You've talked about cows. That's the issue of national security.
How so?
It's national security.
Minister, you're being political.
How so?
No. Why would you say that? No. You see, we must face realities. You see, this country, you must agree or not. And that's why when you see people try to take action on certain things, some people come out with one kind of religion or ethnicity. Let the truth be told, you know that one of the things we have done or when we came in, but look, the president has said, look, let's do ranching and see how we can take these cows, animals out of the city. It is an eyesore. It is not fair. It is not good. We have developed countries where they have cows. You hardly can see them. Go to Saudi. Go to all the you cannot see the cows there. You cannot see them. When you begin to bring such policies, people will find a way that, oh, you are pursuing cows because of this and that. And that was it's an issue of national security. Allah, I thank God you are laughing. You know. And we are being careful.
Because of elections, sir.
It's not an election. For Christ's sake, it's not an election. It's not an election. You have to, no, let me start.
In 2023, August, you said something like take cows off Abuja.
Okay, that's why I said so. Listen now. Listen now.
You're offending someone.
No. I thank God you said so. Did you support me? Did you support me? No, let us say the fact. When I said that, I expected you in your own media houses to say, look, what the Honorable Minister said is correct. We should not allow this and that. Rather, instead of it to project us to see that this is for today, last, you were just taking things that are not, you know what I'm saying.
We did on Channel TV.
No.
In fact, we talked about the fact.
You never did. But anyway, the president, the new minister,
they're carrying weapons.
The new minister of livestock is doing quite a lot. By the support of Mr. President, and he's talking with the mayor Tiana, what those of them were to see how you can take these cows to the areas where they should be. I apologize to that. I take responsibility that there are cows. But you should also face the it's not easy as you are saying it here. It is not easy as you are saying. You know the problem in this country. And you must come out to say, this is a problem, we must tackle this problem, and we must give you support.
The refuge, he hasn't answered the question about refuge.
Well, I want to see, as at word, I'm not saying clearly
last week.
No, see, first of all, when there's public holiday, there could be hip-hop refugees. But that does not mean that he's a refugee everywhere. No, I don't agree. But now go there and see whether they are working or not.
Can you
Okay. Your Excellency, in Abuja, Nigerians see you as the top striker of the renewed hope administration of.
What number do I wear?
Then, back in Rivers State, you are also a defender through the renewed. Okay, sorry, sir.
you have any question on?
Okay, somebody is saying from Mbora district that which is just 5 minutes drive from the minister's residence, that you've abandoned it, that the road leads to the Turkish hospital, police estate, fire service estate.
Well, what does it mean?
It said that road.
Which of the fire services?
Mbora.
FCT estate.
FCT estate. That's at Mbora.
CBN estates. That is close to your residence.
I don't live there. So, why don't say that the official resident of the FCT? I don't live there. Yes. But let me say, when is that abandoned it? That would be a very wrong statement. And like I said, you cannot finish every road at the same time. You take it one by one. How would we have abandoned it? It was not awarded by us. So you can see most of the projects were even completed. Projects that were not awarded by this administration. So if we have not done that, all he should do is to say, he now says 5 minutes from my residence. Before was it 5 minutes from my residence? He should acknowledge that it was not 5 minutes before. Now it is a 5 minutes. Let them have hope. We'll get to all areas. Let them have hope. That's what it is done. But not to say he has abandoned it. Abandoned what? I never awarded it. But government is to continue. I can assure you, now that you have said so now, I will ask the FCT to go and look at what we are talking about, because sometimes, like I said, the area you call it, what is classified.
Honorable Minister, we invited it and the questions are pouring in for you. I'll just put some on the template. Then we'll take a break. When we come back, you'll start with that. The one is that areas like Nugbe have not witnessed your touch. When will that happen? They're talking about some schools in that residential area. The Mararaba, part of Abuja, they are not feeling your touch. Area, one thing that would have benefited them most is addressing the pedestrian traffic on that road. Yes, the bus terminal there was blown off recently, and people there are saying that it's an opportunity for you to address a problem that they complained when that thing was started. That bus terminal, if it's to be useful for the people around that area, should be moved further down to a higher bus stop. You have where you have ample space, are you able to?
I thought you said we were going on break.
Yeah.
You're telling me my time now. Okay.
Yeah.
Kubo, which is before that, it can be relocated further to Guyana. It will start the people of that.
You have said bus terminal. Let's stop at bus terminal. When I come, when we come back.
All right, we'll go on a quick break. When we come back, the minister already has more questions to answer on developments within the FCT. And after that,
You have taken my books and that one. You are the one who took my time. You don't allow me to use my time. You have taken my time. So you have
the questions were said before we went on break. We would like to start with the Kubo bus terminal. The people there say, can you move it further down to Yaya?
Before government starts a project, we look at where we have that kind of land to be able to provide that kind of infrastructure that you need. It's not necessarily, you say, yeah, we have been better. No, that was government took a lot of consideration. One, where do you think this kind of project should be started? And we have that kind of square meter of land that can take that kind of project. That's why it was started there. And that, like I said to people, that project has been fixed by each. The kind of wind that particular those people that you have never seen that kind of wind. It has nothing to do with the structure. No structure was affected. It was the wind that blew off the roof. But that the structure, nothing was so it has happened in the most advanced country. You don't see such wind often. It comes once in a while. So that has no problem at all. We have done, the government has given the approval for the running of the place, because why we couldn't do that was because you have to seek approval for President to work the amount involved in payment to the person who's going to run. We have a limit. Once it above the limit, you have to go to the President, the council, and without going, it has been approved by going through the procurement procedure, and that to the effect, and now have been approved. And then I think the management company is doing all they can now to see that the buses, the taxis, they all agree to run in different areas of designation.
You spoke about the law school, the projects in the law school. Yes, just like Oliver Tuesday, they are asking for more. They said the lecture theatre in the law school.
I have told them that we are doing these are not our responsibilities. We are just intervening. So it is not FCT law school. It's not FCT law school. But just we're intervening, and they should be able to appreciate that.
Would you consider this?
No, we are told we are only building an auditorium for them, who's a lecture theater.
All right, Honorable Minister, sorry, I just have to intervene. Now, it's raining now in Abuja, and many people are afraid that the drainages would affect their cars. Several cars are always shutting down because the Abuja Environmental Protection Board seems not to be interested in removing water, working on the drainages across the city. What exactly do we need to do about that?
Like, for example, what we identify such areas, take for example, if you are going to near the ECOWAS secretariat, and that road was done by Julius Berger. When you rail safely, you see that it's flooded. So we try to see what was going on, what's the problem. And Julius Berger came back to identify its blockage. And from time to time, of course, it's like what we do. We carry things that are not supposed to be inside the drainage and put it there. At the end of the day, everything gets blocked, and then we suffer for it. But we go back to see how we clean it up, and that's why even at the point that we have underground drainages, you see this manhole where still, it also affects. So sometimes the work have all kinds of debris and dump them. And when it rains, all of us suffer. So you see, it's also have to own, to take ownership of some of this infrastructure that has been provided. Now you are saying that it blocks. Who are the cause of this? Who are those making this to get blocked? We are the same people. We are the same people. We are the same people. Now take for example, is it somebody trading on the road? Field of corn. Now the person will abandon the entire thing there as if you owe the person a duty after selling. It's not the person to take the refuse and go and put the where it's supposed to be to just, and if it rains, the rain will carry the whole thing down to the, and then it will block. So we must have to also understand that we are complaining. Who are those who are causing this problem? The same way. The same way. So it is not easy. And when you will say, look, okay, we have allowed you to, maybe you want to earn 1 naira or 2 naira, stay here. But that doesn't mean that you should not tidy up this entire place when you are finished. It does not make sense.
Last area, very huge population there. They said they have not felt the impact of
the FCT administration
at all.
Okay, hold on.
Yakasa Road and Federal House.
You see, you know why I like this? Because things are happening.
They want to be
so everybody wants to be part of it.
Exactly.
I can tell them to be. You see, so patient person may eat the fattest bone.
Is that your problem?
No, let me tell you. There's no way before now we have started, people have complained to us. See, we want people complain, we answer and we move on. Let them be patient. Luwe is part of Abuja. There's no way. Abuja is so developed now that they must have those kind of infrastructure. But let them come, all the areas, we will take care of them. Okay. But like I said, it's also, we are being limited by finance. I can't take my blood to go and do, provide infrastructure. It has to be, money must be available. That is why tomorrow we say people should pay their taxes. You see, I have always asked people, if you say pay your taxes, you can ask me, why would I pay taxes when I don't know what you use the money for? Right? But I've challenged the people of FCT. Tell me what you are using your tax money to do. I've come here this morning, I've laid out things that we're doing. Not things that we will do. Things we are doing that we have completed, that I want to tell you what, see what we have done. Things that we want to do. So I owe you that duty to say you pay 10 naira, you pay 5 naira, you pay 20 naira, we have added it. We have used it for this, for that. And that is showing accountability. But when I come to say, look, so now, pay your money. Do not take it as an offense. But if nothing is being done, then you say, no, I cannot pay because you know there's no road here, there's no road here, there's no water here, there's no school here. But if you don't do this, it becomes difficult for us to do what we're supposed to do.
Just one more question on infrastructure.
Yes. So that we can wrap up on infrastructure. We're getting messages. You see that Durumi, the place where you demolished? That place has been demolished so many times. And what happens afterwards is that it's demolished, people are sent away, they come back.
But for me, they won't come back. And
what happens is when you finish demolishing the place, like what I'm getting messages here from people who live in Durumi, is that the criminals, you've unleashed them on their community. So what's happened is you've cleared out the place, but now they will be carrying out petty crime in Durumi.
They are not being fair. They are not being fair to us. First of all, if you know that this is a hub for criminals, right? Where you wouldn't like it, criminals go out and do whatever they want to do, and then they go back there to hide. When they have no hiding place, where would they be? They'll run away. They'll run away. So it is unfair for them to say that we're unleashing criminals on them. We're even serving you to make sure that they have no place to hide. If you commit offense, you have no place to hide. And when you have no place to hide, it discourages you from continuing with such a crime.
Can the land be reused? Can that land be put to use?
But we will. But first of all, let's let them know that here cannot be comfortable with you any longer. And then government will now, okay, this is what we want to do. If you ask us, oh, have you thought of what you want to do before you go and chase them out? No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Let me take you to politics now. Our time is fast spent. Now, political parties have just concluded their primary election. I want to know your assessment. APC.
Fine. That again will tell you what has changed in Nigerian politics. You hear people all the time talk about this party is not doing this party is not doing that. When we come, you see, we're going to change the pattern. There will be no imposition, there will be no this. You've accused APC of imposition. You've accused PDP of imposition. Now you have found your new party, a new baby, a righteous baby, the person that the Messiah, the Savior that will come. What has happened now? This is we are the new face of democracy. The messiah that they are looking for. And this said, this kind of party is a party that has not been polluted one day. It's a party that God just brought from the womb. What has happened? So dirty. See what's happening in the NDC. As small as they are, they cannot do a program without protest. Look at NDC. Who says the coalition to take over from the distortion of democracy by so and so. What has happened? While the Congress was going on, the two presidential aspirants came and said, we cannot believe this, that you will perpetrate on this. We have been accusing this party of doing this. Now see what we are doing. See what we have done. So that now tells you who is deceiving who. Who is deceiving who? Who is coming to Nigeria to tell them lies? That we're the newborn baby. The messiahs of the time of Nigeria. This is what you want to do. Nigerians have now known you're all liars. You can't be using us, you can't be deceiving us. You have agreed, just look at this one. You have agreed here, PDP is a dead party according to you. You've said here, APC is rotten. They cannot have Nigerian democracy. Just ordinary Congress. Ordinary Congress. You have three presidential aspirants. Three. Two said, this is rubbish. This is criminality to the highest order. Why are we complaining against the word? So that tells you, before you come out, because I was watching you today with due respect, I was watching to tell you, I follow up to what people would do. I was just like watching like this, and I was just you are shouting, this court said this court said this, that INEC cannot, INEC they have applied for self-execution, and that, so the law, I was just looking at you. I said, look, until you come to reality, politics is not something you think you just talk. When you come to the field, you see a different thing. Like somebody will tell you, when I come, there will be no corruption. Fine, good talk. When you come, you see the environment. You see how people will fight you for stopping corruption. That is the truth of the matter. So, my assessment is that I prefer, from what I've seen, the old parties that are already there are those that have even tested the environment, and I know what Nigerian culture is all about.
100, 500, 1,000.
No. With due respect, when you are making an allegation, be specific. So what I'm asking, you cannot say by 500. So which party? Tell us which area, so that one will know. It's not a question of did it where.
So it's doing their farmers.
Where?
In Edo State.
Abia. You do accounting.
Okay, hold on now. In Edo State and Abia.
Yes.
Out of 36 states.
Well, those are the ones that we saw online. There's so many more.
No. See, let me tell you, there's no perfection in any system. There's no perfection for perfection, wait for Christ to come. There's no perfection. I am not saying in whatever football, you can see some element of criminality.
But counting 136,
No, that's not what I'm saying.
wrong?
That's not what I'm saying. You watch what happened in African Cup of Nations now. You watch. See, as far as it's speaks of human beings, you cannot have that perfection. The mere fact that somebody, I have not said here that there's no rigging in an electoral system. I didn't say so. That is part of the rigging. But that does not mean you can use that to contaminate, to say that our democracy is not working, or people are not putting efforts to make our democracy to work. Even in the American system, people allege irregularities. People allege that they are not comfortable with the counting. You've heard about ballot recount. Why was there ballot recount? People believe that there was kind of a manipulation, even with the machine. Therefore, they needed manual recounting. So, all this is about what I'm trying to say is that looking at the parties now, of those who have come to tell you they are the new face of democracy, that are people that will give Nigeria the hope that Nigeria requires, Nigeria has been yearning for. We need a new leadership. Does this tell you now that these people indeed are those to give you the leadership you are talking about? Look at it. Now, maybe you may want to ask me another question. You say, have I been vindicated, for example, about the coalition? Is there any coalition? What is coalition? Coalition means let all of us team together to remove this government that is underperforming, this government that has cancer, this government that has all kinds of diseases that cannot be tolerated. What has happened? The same coalition. One said, I don't trust you. You will not be transparent. Do not move away. That was no. It's like it's not too straight. He moves away. There's no coalition. It's selfish interest.
That's because the certain Bush administration is infiltrating them and not allowing this to happen.
Why not hold on infiltrating you? Why not say no? I will not be infiltrated. What is it? What is it? Infiltrating you. And you are guilty. Let me tell you something. In 2019, the Senate President today, he was Minister of Niger Delta. My brother, Senator Wike. He came to Port Harcourt. He came to Government House to see me. He said, please, we want you, let Mr. President Buhari, let him have 25%. I asked him, how do you get 25%? Is it by writing? If it's by writing, okay, give me the paper, let me write. I know that the only way you can get 25% is by voting. Let the people vote. Right? He told me, don't you think that only you that actually, I'm not going to jump out here to this place. I will not do that. I was governor, people have come to let me know, join the ruling party. I said, why would I do that? Why would I do that? I don't see any government, any governor during my time that had the kind of opposition I had with the federal government. All of you know, but I never jumped out. I never jumped out. I saw a federal might in 2019 election. I said, no. The moment you are with the people, the moment you are doing what the people want, let everybody, let American marine come. Let American marine come. You will not succumb. If you see, that the saying that if somebody is looking for an excuse to say because of this and that, no, you've already made up your mind. You're looking for one reason or the other. Look, Joseph wants to be president. His name just want to achieve that I'm a president. She wants to be president. It's not as if she will do better or he will do better than this person.
Well, I'm not sure you'll be listening to Peter Obi. He says he's going to take the power from 5,000
to
10,000.
How you know someone who can do that?
If he does that,
how you know someone who can fight challenges?
well, he's been a former governor.
What is that? Look, Peter B likes food is ready. Mama put. I don't want struggling. Look, this country, there are challenges. You must have the capacity to face those challenges. It's not when you hear one problem. Oh, this problem is too much. Let me move to so place. Look, you saw in PDP all the governors. Is that correct? I said, I will not leave this party. They had money, yes, but it's not money. I said I was not going to leave. Rather, you will leave. Have I left? Have they not left? It's challenging. Face the challenges you have. That's what makes you a leader. That's what makes you a man. Leadership is not dashing you something. That's not a leadership. You remember when I came here as a minister, there was nothing I did not, no abuse I did not get. You take years for Port you can't do it in Abuja. I say it will be done. I'm doing it. Heaven will not fall. In fact, heaven is at peace now. Heaven is at peace. Based on what you see, you must. And that is what I look at what the president. You see, we have had governments that have come. Everybody have noticed that this subsidy was a cancer. There's no government that have never identified that. Every government, what did you do? Have you identified this? government has come and has said, this is a problem. We must solve this problem. How do I solve this problem? I must do this. And he did it. There are sufferings. He said, yes, there will be sufferings, but the suffering that will lead us for progress tomorrow. That is leadership. It doesn't matter. You see, the worst of the leader, if it's got a leader, is somebody who has identified a problem and cannot take a decision on how to solve that problem. They didn't bring you here to just identify problems and go. You are brought here to identify a problem and be able to solve such a problem. The problem that will be short term, the problem that will be long term to solve. But have you laid foundation to solving such problems? In solving such problems, there could be a lot of difficulties, and which is happening today. But are you going to achieve it at the end of the year? Yes, I'm going to achieve it. See, leadership needs courage.
Okay. Honorable Minister, let's talk about your party.
Yes.
You've picked Prof. Sandiono as your presidential candidate for 2027.
Professor,
yet, this weekend,
yes,
another faction of the party.
There's no faction.
Honorable Minister, let me land.
Yes.
Another faction picked former President Goodluck Jonathan as his presidential candidate for 2027. Okay. So how do you reconcile this in your own party?
Is it that was take for example. Do you pick somebody who has not told you that he wants to run election?
You don't ask.
No, what should I what my business? Listen, what does listen?
Have you had any communication with the former president?
No, that's not the issue.
So how do you know?
You don't go and bring somebody to run. Somebody will say, I'm prepared to run and come and talk to you. Nobody sees them to say, sorry. By the same thing. You don't want to talk about it. It might be our own version, but the message is being sent. Thank you. Now, nobody comes to you. When you hear my politicians say, people want me to come out. Nobody wants anybody to come out. Nobody is sleeping inside to come out to come out on election. It's not correct. Either you have shown signal that you are tested. Either you have shown signal that you are tested.
So perhaps it shows.
Silence.
Why not wait?
His silence is being seen as consent.
You ask me a question.
Okay.
I'll give Nigerian the opportunity to hear from me. First of all, there's no faction. You encourage factions. You media. Let me tell you why you encourage factions. You see, that's why when you see criminality, when you see something that will cause breach of peace, stop it at that time. Stop it at that time. PDP, we have been in battles. We have litigated and litigated up to Supreme Court. All of you were the ones who said, let us wait for Supreme Court. Let us wait for Supreme Court. Supreme Court has now come out to give a verdict which you appealed against. You lost at the Federal High Court. You went to the Court of Appeal. You lost at the Court of Appeal. You went to Supreme Court. Supreme Court now gave their verdict. You've come again to talk, oh, that's not you. What the Supreme Court said. You have not come to us, my brother. Let us tell ourselves, who are those sponsoring this? Why Shema came there today? APM, right? Where is Bala today? No, please, don't be doing this. It's not fair. Don't say APM, please. Don't do this. It's not fair. There's no law that said APM PDP. There's no law. We don't have any party called APM PDP. So let us not be encouraging things. But today is APM, right? If there was such a thing, why would they leave them to go run election in APM? Who is in the one you got to like now? What? Which office? Where is the PDP secretariat? Where is the PDP secretariat? I don't occupy the PDP secretariat. Certainly, yes. No secretary can be in somebody's room. By the INEC guideline, and INEC must know the secretaries of every political party. And the secretary will be boldly written. PDP secretary is at Wadata. The leadership of PDP is in Wadata. If you want to transact business with PDP, you go to Wadata. You don't go to anybody's personal house, chambers.
Are you taking a dig at Dixon and NDC?
No. See, this is you are the one. You are the one. No. With due respect, NDC has a secretary boldly written. Whether somebody must own the house, somebody may rent it. That's what I'm saying. That is NDC. So I don't say I'm taking up this before you introduce another chapter. Now, the court has given judgment, and we are there. Transacting business. You see people going there to buy farms. There's somebody, a criminal somewhere. Why have they not sued me up to pay? Now, people will say, oh, we can stop them. I know a duty not allow breach of peace in this city. I owe a duty to protect life and property. I owe a duty to make sure economic activities thrive without molestation. If people are bringing to me to say, look, we have done our congresses as allowed by law. We're hearing that some people want to use our name again to go and hold Congress. There's no two PDP. It's only one PDP. And this organized by the electoral umpire as created by law. Any party or what is called faction. If you are faction, it is what they call faction. If you are faction not recognized by INEC, too bad for you. Too bad. Because at the end of the day, you will submit the names of your candidates to INEC. At the end of the day, INEC will provide for you nomination forms to give to your candidates. Right? Where did you saw PDP, where they are doing congresses, all the states. Where did you see these people do congress in any state? Where did you see where they want to ratify Jonathan's this Jonathan ever one day say you run? Okay, take further. When they will stand the honor was given his certificate, he spoke. Did he not speak to a hearing? Did he come by proxy? What are we talking about? What are we encouraging? If Jonathan is a former president, with due respect, people should respect position. People should respect age. You do not, whether Jonathan is interested, is not interested. In Nigerian politics, we don't see you, sir. In Nigerian politics, in our pattern, we don't see you as a candidate by body language. Nobody knows a candidate by body language. A candidate is the one who was an aspirant, who has aspired and have contested, and who say you have won. The result has been declared. Therefore, we issue you certificate of return. It is not by we are going to ratify Jonathan. Where is Jonathan? Has he spoken to you one day? So people should stop. Some people are doing, you should arrest. Police should say, listen, you are causing crisis in our politics. Don't do what you are doing. These same people, I caught them. I heard of appeal, their matter is on the 3rd of June. One of the patients, we here said, we will take laws into our hand. I will not allow any breach of peace in this city. I will not allow it. I want that duty. You cannot be causing crisis. You cannot. If I've allowed them to use that, people can come there to attack them. People can come there to fight. And then you say, there's a problem in Abuja. Where's the problem? When I have known that you want to cause the problem, I owe a duty to stop you causing that problem.
All right. Leo.
I was alluding to your role in the government, the federal government, and then back in Rivers State, you formed the Rainbow Coalition.
Right.
Now, recent events in Rivers State,
yes,
where the incumbent governor withdrew,
yes,
have thrown a lot of concerns about how the Rainbow Coalition will arrive at a compromise candidate for the governorship.
Okay, let me just tell simple. And that's why you should respect us in Rivers State. I think we should be a test case, people should go and learn. Don't forget about whether you hate me or not. You used to hear rivers of blood. People who make money out of it. Media houses. The front pages of newspaper. Rivers of blood. This and this. Now you're not hearing that, you're not happy. There will be no rivers of blood again. All those things have died. What have we done? What is the Rainbow Coalition? We have sat down to say, listen, what is governance all about? It's not about party. It's about the people. How do you make the people to feel in part of government? It's not about one man takes it all. We're able to sit down and say, listen, which are the two dominant parties in the state? It is PDP, it is APC. Whether anybody likes it or not. APC. But we are talking about fresh animal, you mentioned crap. How can we talk about the party politics? You talk about ADC rivers. That's unfair. Oh my God, we're not talking about former, we're talking about the party on ground.
Article says you don't own the votes of the people in Rivers State, that the APC will do well.
Excuse me. People influence votes by the respect they have for you and you have for them. People have seen what you did while you were there. I sit here as it's not that when I leave FCT, you will be my witnesses, you will be my ambassadors.
But that was the time when the APC was nothing in Port Harcourt.
That's what no, that's what I'm saying. Listen, no. Listen, no. Listen to what I said. Apathy was one who said that PDP is sick, this as well. Yes, I agree. At that time, what PDP had was malaria. I prefer malaria to cancer. So people should now, you don't just
serve in an APC government.
No, what's wrong with that?
What's not wrong? You are PDP.
Why not hold on now? Bala was APP when he came as minister of FCT.
And he defected.
No, that is what he wants to defect. Why not hold on?
You are still PDP.
Give Nigerians the opportunity. That's what I said. Bola Ige, why not hold on now? Bola Ige was Attorney General. The only position recognized by the Constitution.
Yes.
Attorney General, that's Minister number 1. He was AD. Did you understand me? So many people were. That is not the issue. Serving has nothing to do with the party. But that's what we're having problems. In Rivers today, we have PDP, we have APC. We all sat down and said, listen, party is a vehicle that conveys you to where you want to go to. It's a platform you use to say, I want to serve. When you get there to serve, you are not serving party. You are not going to serve the people. But you must have a vehicle to carry you. So all message. I think the problem we have had in our state is that we are talking about, I am a member of PDP. I'm now governor. So anything I will do will be with PDP people. We said, no, we won't do that again. All of us should see that. As I speak to you now, mark it. We are almost ready to serve. We have done our homework to know. There will be some people in the APC, there will be some people in PDP, in certain positions, be it elective and appointive. Hold on, let me finish. It's bothering you. That's That's why tell the politicians to come and learn from us. We were not a school. How do you manage this? How do you do it? That's why you should learn from us. It's not to envy us that we are sitting down to say, APC are here, PDP are here. Okay, APC, why don't you take this? PDP, why don't you take this? Labour, why don't you take this? Then we are all together. After doing appointment as governor, you are not appointing APC or you are not appointing PDP. You are also appointing Labour. There's peace. It's no longer you take it. Because, yeah, so look, you see, you must know your peculiarity, your problems, and be able to solve those problems. If I were you, ask your boss, you want to ask questions. He's the moderator. So now, you cannot see. You are hearing all these things. Problem. There was no election. We are waiting for the voting material. Did you hear that in Rivers? Because the coalition met and said, listen, we can't do this way again. Let's do this way. Let's do this way. Do you know that there is an assembly? All the 29, all are coming back. Some are being promoted. But that will not be taken by one party alone. That will not be taken by one party alone.
Under Wike.
No, it's not under Wike. Listen, which state do you come from? Huh? Ondo. No wonder there's crisis there. No wonder there's crisis in Ondo. Look at how they are fighting. In Rivers, you won't see that.
What is
You see, in Rivers, in Ondo, didn't you watch it? They're not killing themselves. In Rivers, this everybody killing themselves. No, peace has come.
Wait.
Now you are talking about the government. Let me tell you.
Yes, I wanted to ask you.
Hold on.
Did you stop him? Did you pressure
No, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Ordinarily, if not, some people can fall to Satan temptation. Don't give Satan the room to tempt you. It was only Christ that survived Satan's temptation because he was backed up by the Creator. That is what is going to happen for his word to be fulfilled, right? Be careful. Don't allow Satan to tempt you.
When is the coalition picking a candidate?
Beautiful. See, that's why when I like good questions, I answer it very well. I don't want questions that will not help Nigeria. But let me leave it for you.
Combine both, sir.
Combine both. Now, let me tell you. Why we are not choosing who, we still have time. Our ears on the ground. We are watching. Do your homework. Let us see who have more support, who has more appealing to the people. Among you, as you are here, I want to use you as the people like they are the candidates of various segments that make up the rainbow because you're all part of us. So at the end of the day, say we have done that of assembly, national assembly, but governorship by August we would have known, and everybody would sit down. I would say, what's the name? I did to do. It's I did to do, but it's not you in Liverpool. I did to do. It's you that would choose. Nobody here will complain because they know as I did to do is going. She's not going to sit down herself alone. That's why people have problems. If she's not going to sit down, look, I'm not representing myself and my party. All of us put our heads together in order to make sure everybody's carried along. That's why you are not hearing noise in rivers. Now, no, who? No, but she. No, look at the way we walk. I don't start with everybody. We ask questions. Where do we likely to go for an image? We'll go to left. We look at those in left. But you must be a member of the Rainbow Coalition. You must be. All right. So I will help you. All right, don't worry. Now, so that you know that you are coming from somewhere. People always have this interpretation that when you are coming from somewhere, they will tell you what to do. No, it's guidance. You see, when once you are in a position, that's the problem people don't understand. People sat down. People agreed that Sumner should be. What people want is, look, I left as a governor. There are legacies. Our vision was that we should be able to compete with a Lagos state. Right? If we cannot compete, let it be at least, if you can't, after Lagos, it should be whatever. You have a line to say, look, this is where I want our state to get to. And we try to guide you that you are staying away from what we have said. When I was governor, you must share River State. Yes. Is that not correct?
Your template.
You must hear River State out, both nationally and locally. I don't think that is. I was a governor, not just a governor. When I come into the governors, they know a governor came in too.
You were in charge.
It's not about awarding contracts. No, that what is there, that this is the governor that understands the governor.
Can the governor join your coalition?
Ordinarily, he should be a member of coalition. Ordinarily, he should. Because you see, as at that time, there was no coalition. But it is the same group that brought him.
Okay.
Now, under PDP. But we felt that no, it's not serving well. Let us, expand
by making sure it will involve other political parties. And so if anybody now is being brought to be the governor, for Christ's sake, don't look at it. This cannot happen in Sokoto. We are not Sokoto. This cannot happen in Edo. We are not Edo.
So the Lagos political template you want to replicate.
And you want to replicate.
Okay, if it is their own, if it is helping them for stability, why not take that for their own stability of their state? If that can cause stability, why do you want the stability? Why don't you want where your state is moving forward? What is wrong? I see what Benga is doing. It is good for his corporate body. And I mean, another corporate body. What kind of a Benga? How do you do this? That it is working out. Right? I mean, that tells me, see this was you have to. I may not take it hook, line, and sinker. I may take it and make some amendments to suit our own peculiarity. But I've gotten something from Benga. And today, everybody is saying, oh, Wike is here. It's not. In River State, we don't do political party. We do for interest of our state. We may use a political party as a conveyor belt, as a vehicle that will carry us. That's why I can tell you the next governor that will emerge as governor of River State, you will see the difference is very, very clear. And let me tell you, let nobody make a mistake. In River State today, we're not talking about whether President Tinubu will win an election. We're talking about how do we mobilize our people, the number we want to stand up to say, these are people who voted for us. If anybody tells you that we are thinking whether Tinubu will win, please let the person forget it.
All right.
It has been taken. What we are now doing. Our sickness now is what number will he get?
And you're saying that you're going to deny 10%, but to Atiku and others.
No,
Honorable Minister.
Get me well.
Yes.
I didn't say I would deny him. Yeah. It's not to me. I say he will not get because he has nothing to offer our people.
He said
all right, Honorable Minister.
He said you don't own the votes.
People influence votes. If he cannot influence, but we do influence vote. But look, I was council chairman. Nobody has beaten that record. I was council chairman. He should know. I was national president of the entire local government in this country. He should know. When he was the VP to Obasanjo, he should know. I came in there. I was the minister. I made sure the government in power never brought their successor. He should know. No, he was there then. He knows. As a governor, I was opposed to the federal government. He knows I stood firm. As a governor, I told him that since you don't want equity, fairness, and justice, you won't win in my state. Did he get the 10%? No. And since we have seen that he's a man that does not believe in equity, he's a man that does not believe in justice, he's a man that does not believe in fairness. All
all he believes in what him today. Nigerians are saying, look, allow the South to complete their tenure. All he wants is, no, we can't do that because he wants him. That's what the people are going to say. You want to also get the 10%.
All right, Honorable Minister, thank you so much. And I think you should be establishing a school of politics at this time in Nigeria.
If you can provide support.
And well, I mean, it would be good to actually learn from you. Honorable Minister, I have two key questions. One of them has to do with the lessons you have learned from this politics generally and the tips you will share with your former political ally, someone you worked on under Rotimi Amechi. I think Abubakar is searching for a vice presidential candidate. What kind of tips will you share with Rotimi Amechi, considering your own experience after the PDP primaries when won? Then secondly, sir, there's this subsistence management of when recently
Is it?
not
Not the faith. But in the part of them, so that as the $100, now when I give this order, no, you are back and I said, what I the joy from no one point to not really with the document to get the icons from this does not send is coming organ. If you show you that concern, but then that they vote for another year, but they do as should even when this one other
Texas for no
what whatever you do, I mention again, who break through city, you spend from it, I should do, but it's not even do every cost. I had you, I have the forensic. You can't tell me that lawyers, that the judgment of the court, they will not find a way to get the judgment. It's not correct. It's a public document. The moment the judgment is released, it is released. What happens is that some people, when they go to court, judgment is being right. The one they can copy, they can take, they just take and then put. Meanwhile, you've not read fully the whole thing before you now come and to they said that's why it is difficult for me to comment on judgment so that they have been nullified. What are the reasons for nullification?
So
what was nullified?
All those headlines were wrong.
As far as what I'm trying to say, I'm not saying we are wrong. Okay. I would say why you don't see some people commenting, they want to really see the judgment. Right? What are you asking? I say, he did it. If not, you would read something and you see some of you they see social you need that's why